Hi, welcome to part 7. Um, the mental anguish of making this video took me in all sorts of spin. It's too much, you're feeling pain because you've been robbed badly, and that's not exaggerating. You're feeling pain because when you look at the papers, you look at the format of the bills, you look at the years consumed, yeah, and you look at what happened, and you because you have to, when you're making this video, me making this video, I have to stick to what is on paper. I have to stick to what is truth. And when you're facing it, and the years and the pain of writing and the giving of writing, this needed a psychiatrist. I'm just fortunate that I'm able to 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 return myself from point to point, that this making this, because I had to travel the road, I had to travel the years, I had to go back, and yes, it is very painful, and I could only repeat, Author House, give me back my money, all of it. I want it all back. I give myself like pep talk not to get angry, and because you could get angry, but yeah, I am angry about it. You don't put in this devotion and then have to walk down this terrorizing road, and then you have to make sure you're doing this video, and you have to come up with facts. You see, people don't understand this. You can't even afford to get emotional. You have to come up with the facts, what has been done and what hasn't been done, and present it in this way. This is the problem that I'm having. So this, having to do it this way, it takes me down every hour, every minute of the past, and that's very hard for me. So, but I still have to keep reminding myself, don't start using the effing word and the this and the that and carrying on, because that don't solve any problem. But this has been hard. You don't devote this time and then watch some terrorist people and people trying to reform your life into this mode. This what has been done here to me. I mean, come on, it's not human. It's really not human. But I would not go there this morning. I would say if Order House said that they couldn't find me when I was homeless, they need to purge themselves, because I always had a post box wherever I'm living, whether I'm in Massachusetts, where. I'm going to show some magazine in a minute, and you will see that I had a post box where my banking account came, my social security, everything came. New York Park gym came there, everything came, my license came there, my city card for Metro came there, because even though I have a car, I took Metro still, because in Manhattan you hardly drive your car anyway. So I'm a senior, the city gave me a card, it came to my PO box. So Other House knew how to find me if they wanted to. So those magazines are going to show. And then I had my storage that I kept those magazines, and I still have that storage now in the city. If I go shopping, as I live in Buffalo, if I go to Manhattan, I have a storage. It's empty, but I could put things there, so I have it in Manhattan. So Other House is just a bunch of scam, a bunch of criminals. I will not dwell on the blockade that was put on my life, up, down, and they see that I'm a fighter, so I was always jostled with. But I will say this finally, that I would show another piece of paper that came with a divine equation from the Congress of Library. I only showed one. There's another one that I have where they circle and mark what kind of writing it was and stuff like that. I don't care, but they recognize that it's original, and it's original. It's original to anybody who see it. It came about because 9 men got hung in Trinidad. It's original piece of work, and a lot of people are against capital punishment. I don't want to dwell into that, but I will say this, that I find it a slap in my face that I'm being terrorized through Author House with an e-book and a rocket book with a rocket e-book. I find so. You're robbing me. You're not sending. You're not telling me who is selling my book. You're not making proper quarterly report and stuff like that. You're not recognizing me as a person. You're just sending me tax papers now. So you actually setting me up. And I might be holding back to say, well, I don't want to get into what have been suffering. It's because it's painful to go down that road all the time. And that's so, even though I could stand the pain of it, it's, for me, it's not a joyful thing. It's not something I like to do. But because I don't even tell my children some of the stuff that I've been through, because I don't want, sometimes it's better to hold back things from your family at times. But the website I made a perfect website. As a person coming from Trinidad, my age, I sat down and I just made this miraculous looking website and inviting people around the world. I'll go that far. And the artwork and everything, and my son put it on there. You scrub it, okay? Special interest scrub it. They came up with conglomerate and they did their own thing. Now, why are you going underneath now and try everything to capsize my world, to always, and the way they stamp it in the Library of Congress, you could see that, yes, the fashion is now is to motivate me, like if I'm a person going to act on impulse, and do foolish things. No, I'm not. To me, it was level-headed, and not only level-headed, very consultant with God at the same time. What I am doing and what I'm writing, I've always been like that. So I'm not, because I hear something is going on, I'm going to flash and go berserk, you know what I mean? So why is Order House taking sides? So regardless of special interest or not, Order House have to give me back my money. But my point about special interests of themselves. Special interest is a different kettle of fish. They slap me in the face where they think they could use me, or they could squeeze me, or they could use insinuendos, or if I'm watching TV, they come out with some, things to, all sorts of things that they did. No, you cannot do that to me. You cannot do that to me and get away, because I don't owe you this. I don't owe you this. I become an American, a Trinidadian American. Yes, but at the time when I wrote that, I was a die-hard Trinidadian with no strings attached. I didn't even have my green card. So please don't give me a bullshit. Just lay off of me. And to me, it's a Trinidadian issue. Don't even belong to you. You didn't even honor that. You scrubbed the site, and then you wanted to do what now? Terrorize me, and the next thing you know, you want to have me tie up in knots. So I always owing you. Oh no, Mr. Washington. Oh no, Mr. Sam. You better get the hell away from my face. I'm telling you, if you don't believe God is seriously on my side, you might find that out the sad way. When I moved to Buffalo in 2013, all I did was put in my forwarding address. That's all, a change of address. I utilized the facilities that the post office gave me to change my address. This is how I do things. Hello? These are some of the magazine's tags that I had at my post box, collecting my post box in Manhattan whilst I was homeless. My food card come there. Everything came at this address, 665, P.O. Box 665, New York 129. They all have the same thing. You move down the line, they all read the same thing. And ton loads of magazine. This particular magazine right here, look at the date, is the 12th of July. Right across it came, just look up the date on the internet and see if make me a liar. This is my name on it right there. All right? And it is July 2011 at that address. So if they wanted to find me, if Order House wanted to find me at my and give me 60 cents, which they shun around from because they know in Manhattan that will eat up their turf. They was not going to do that. So ladies and gentlemen, I have always been a target with this other Order House. I could have never get hold of a caseworker at the Attorney General office, but she had one message to me, multiple emails, send more files, send more files. So I felt like I was being hassled by her anyway from the get-go. That's the feeling I got, that I was being hassled by her. Meanwhile, this Eugene Hopkins tried to contact me to talk to me, and I would not talk to him. But his remark right away, he said, I can't understand anything that you're saying to the Attorney General, except that you're saying, sue me, sue me, sue me. Well, that was true. The Attorney General office, the form asked, what would I like to do? And I figure if you cannot get my contract and you cannot make a better quarterly report, sue him. It's 60 cents after over $1,000, 60 cents. Sue him, yes. What is so hard in that to understand? And his voice was hostile and so on. So I said, yes, sue him. What else did he expect me to do? Hug and kiss him? I mean, the man is nuts. Of course, I didn't tell him he's nuts, but I just said, I went into the and that was it. Because you cannot talk to somebody like that when they start with that hostile way, and I know I have no right to talk to him because he have to talk to the Attorney General. They are the law. I am not supposed to talk to him. I knew that, so I was sticking to that. But to me, he's a madman, He's a madman on the loose. There's a painful thing in my soul because I feel I have been taken really advantage of by Author House for the money and time and effort and the way I enjoyed writing my book. This turned out to be pain when I look at the advantage. Print on demand is money on demand. I pray to God that somebody will wake me up many times, and this is all a bad dream. This is an awful situation, and I want my money back. Them sending me the 60 cents in Buffalo is not the only thing that point to special interest, but it's one of the highlights. You have. I'm living with it, and I've been studying them for 20 years. As I said, it's like being operated on in an operating room without anesthetic, not even with a local anesthetic. So I'm looking at this, and at the same time, completely sober. Well, I said I'm not accusing the Attorney General. I'm saying his office, not him, his office. So if I misspoke there, I'm saying the Attorney General office. Author House in Bloomington, Indiana, the one with Eugene Hopkins, the big mastermind, the Eugene Hopkins mastermind, to get his hands in people's pocket. Apparently, Author House knew that if they had sent me 60 cents in Manhattan, in New York, even when I was homeless, that yes, Manhattanites would have not liked to see that. They know that. So they waited until I got to Buffalo. That was a master plan, because that is the part when I study that, that's how I know special interest is in my case. I am sorry that I actually carried those 3 people on my car. What I should have done is to go to a gym, work out, and make a swimsuit or a bikini or something and sell myself, because I got my body ain't too beat up at that age. 20 years ago when I started, I was still, I still got a few hair turns, so I shouldn't have put them on my car. What I should have done is work out nice, work up my abs, get my tits up in the air with some good maiden form with some good bra and stuff like that. Go to the store, get some good bra, raise my tits, put on false butt and everything, and sell my book. I shouldn't have put those bastards on my car and then receive 60 cents. So, yeah, that's my fault. Yes, Order House killed my love of writing. I could honestly say that. It was that when I was a kid, my dad used to be very worried when he see me with pencil and paper all the time writing. But Order House has killed my joy of writing. I do not want to write again. I eat with that 60 cents check on a copy of it on my dining table. I will not do anything like that again. What you expected me to do? That's the way it was handed down to me. There's how you could find your book. That's how you're going to find. What am I going to say to people? How are you going to get my book? That's what was handed to me. To be or not to be, that's the way I did it. I did it just how it was handed to me. I didn't create that problem. They did. This is the caseworker telling me to reply in writing with a rebuttal. And I thought she got paid to do that. Well, maybe she's right, maybe she's wrong. That's just my thinking. I found a mail that my case was closed. I wrote the Attorney General office to Miss Fran, and I told her that, I wanted to know, was my case closed? Because I was so surprised, because I found this under my door. So she replied stating that my case was closed on the 3rd, 8/16. And then she said, yes, she had to know that, yes, I found it. I found it not in my mailbox, and which was true. I found it under the door. Actually, I felt good not talking to that big bully, because he know very well he didn't have no right to call me to try to talk to me. He knows the law. He's the general manager for the worldwide established distribution of Order House. Why you want to talk to me? Talk to Order House. Talk to the Attorney General office, because you denying that I don't have a contract. You send me 60 cents. Why should I talk to somebody who's denying a contract? Why should I talk to a bully like that? I mean, the man is nuts. Just to make it clear, on this same bill with the 8 books, so nobody, we don't get mixed up in how you quote it. Number of sale this quarter. Number of sale this quarter, 8 books, which give you, now, the bill is made bad, anyhow you take it, and it will leave for an experienced person who will break it down into units and whatnot. That's the breakdown. The bill itself is a razzle dazzle. It is a razzle dazzle. It doesn't give you the unit price, blah blah blah. It give you 8 books, $108, but the quoting of number of books sold, and the book volume off and stuff like that. And then they go authors due, and they don't give you that due money, and there's no carried over here from other months. So this is Order House. Apparently they had what do you call here? It doesn't make any sense either. You had one book of the ebook sell also in 2004, in the same quarter of that 8 books. So you have one ebook selling there too. And apparently they changed the price of that. Now there's no money due. The due to the author here is $5. Where does that come? Where's that money? And all those things like that. Order House, for me, must give me back my money. I will pray to God day and night. These people are either nuts, or they are government themselves, or something like that, or who are they? Who are they? You have to say, who are these people? Who are these people that is doing this? Who are these people? And yes, I was enlightened in 2005 but I couldn't do it. My hands were tied with personal problem because it, again, I'm not going to go cry about it and say, things was hard. I just couldn't. That's the bottom line. I couldn't because it was made that way. That is the way it was then. But um, had I been in an easy road, they would not have gotten away so long with this. Other house is a maniac, is a monster, and they must be having tax breaks to be doing silly things like this because nobody in the right mind could tell me this is a decent quarterly report. No one. Anybody who said this is a decent quarterly report, well, I would like to see what they call not good.